Jesus told stories, often called parables, to teach people about God. And one story he told was about a time when he would one day return to the world to judge people and separate them into two groups, like separating sheep from goats.
When the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He'll put the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was ill, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you ill or in prison and go to visit you?" The king will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Then he will say to those on his left, "Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, and you did not clothe me. I was ill and in prison, and you did not look after me." They also will answer, "Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty, or a stranger, or needing clothes, or ill, or in prison, and did not help you?" He will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me." Then they will go away to eternal punishment, but the righteous to eternal life.
So what is Jesus teaching in this story? If we pluck this story out of the Bible and ignore the rest of what Jesus said and did, and ignore the rest of what the Bible teaches, then we could easily get the wrong idea and think that Jesus told the story to teach us that good people go to heaven and bad people go to hell. But that's not what Christians believe. And it's not what Jesus means. So what does he mean? What's the point of this story? Because it sure sounds a lot like good people go to a good place and bad people go to the bad place. But only if we ignore everything else Jesus said. Things like this.
"I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. Just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. There shall be one flock and one shepherd. I am the resurrection and the life. Those who believe in me will live even though they die. I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life."
So in this story about the sheep and the goats, Jesus is not teaching that those who simply do good deeds will enter heaven, but only those whose good deeds show their faith in Jesus. Faith in Jesus always leads to action, and this means true followers of Jesus who have received so much undeserved kindness and self-giving love from God will also be those who pass on this same kind of kindness and self-giving love to others who are in need. This will be what marks them out in the end as belonging to the flock Jesus leads. If the sheep look good, it's because they have a good shepherd, Jesus, who's given his life for them, forgiven their sin, and changed the way they live.